guys, it's V2 Vengeance, and today we're looking at the game played by Zver. This is his official name for now on, Zver, and he's in his Chaffe. And this game just made me feel, I don't know, full of adrenaline just looking at it. So it's going to be an amazing game. It's the best game I've seen in the last couple of months. So he's on Redshire. It's a tier 9 game. As you can see, he's an incredibly good player. 4,500 WN8, 70% win chance overall. He makes an early spotting 1, 2, 3, 4 enemy tanks. The Tiger 1 was spotted by the MX-1390, and so here is his tactic. He went for an early spot, and now he's going to back off and try to get some shots into those guys. So going to fast forward the game, and from about the half of the game, the game itself gets really interesting, because you're going to see this is when the action actually starts. So enough with the 4 times the speed. I hope that didn't make you feel dizzy. And right now he hasn't done a lot of damage. He only shot WZ-132 once, dealing 122 damage, but he plans on going to a better position, and from here he's going to make the next actions. So he knows there are people in cap, and there they are. Now, until those guys notice him, he had a couple of shots at them, but as you can see, he doesn't stay to put one more shot like a lot of people do. He backed off immediately when he needed to, and he got away without losing any health at all from this engagement. So as soon as he sees that they don't pay attention anymore, he pops back into action, sets the WZ on fire, puts one shot into him, and the WZ dies to the fire. Comet missed that one. However, as you can see, those guys aren't really paying attention to him. They have bigger threats in front, and he's just able to pump shot after shot into the back of those guys. That was pretty unfortunate that he didn't manage to get the kill, but I don't think that's going to affect the medals that he's going to get. So left flank has collapsed, and immediately, as soon as he realizes those guys will be pushing on the GW Tiger P on the upper flank, he goes in order to flank them. Unfortunately, because of the ridges there, he doesn't have any flanking shots, so he needs to move closer. Also, he spots an opening because those guys are just pushing forward, and as you can see, like his fame is telling us, there is nobody here except the artillery, which means that he's clear to make a run. The GW Tiger P has just fired, so this should be an easy kill, because until the other artillery realize that there is a light tank here, he's going to be long gone off their radars. And there is an AFK IS-3. Now what you're going to do to see here, and I'm not talking about where, is the allied artillery. That artillery, look, he just says he's attacking this guy. He should probably know better as an artillery that he needs to show somewhere else. For example, looking at the flank here, that T-32 pushing forward, the artillery could have helped there and would have been a lot more useful for the team. The object 212A gets out of line of fire. He can put one more shot at the him, but it misses. So if he wants to kill that guy, which is a must now, because If that guy is alive, he's going to be able to support the rest of the enemy team pushing on the remaining allies. And Rheinmetall, Borsig and the Waffenträger don't really like being shot at by artillery. Löwe not as much, thicker armor. And so he goes around where the artillery least expects him to be. He goes on a spotting run. He spots him. Now this is Lorraine. Now he does something useful, shooting this object. The object repels his track and he manages to kill him before the object manages to fire. It's sometimes very hard to aim at those kind of ranges with artillery, because even though you don't realize it, you just aim over the vehicle. So usually you need to auto aim in this kind of situation if you want to hit. And there is a T-29 in the middle of the field. He puts one shot into him, second shot misses and he gets out of range. And there is an STI, which is a very dangerous tank. It's very hard for Zver to penetrate him. His standard rounds have 138mm of penetration, I think, and 137, sorry, and the APCR 185. So he can penetrate the STI at the back, maybe at the sides, but at the front not a chance. The turret, I don't think he can penetrate the sides either of the STI. There's the GW Panther, and again, as soon as he runs into the GW, he just fires. And the GW realizes what's behind him, but it's unfortunately a little bit too late for him. And now he's dead, so he just fired all his APCR rounds, oh sorry, all his AP rounds, and he's left with his APCR rounds. The base is getting kept. It's a 3 versus 4, and we know for sure that the Waffenträger Panzer IV is up there, as well as the Panther probably. So the T-29 is most likely capping, and the STI is somewhere in the back. The enemy 212A says that the Chaffe will win, and he's now left against 4, so we'll see how well he's going to deal with those guys. There is the T-29. He goes around like this so he won't be spotted when he starts firing. Unfortunately, he loses sight of the T-29 exactly when he was able to shoot him, so he shoots a couple of times and doesn't manage to do any damage. And now the tricky situation begins, because being alone against 4 tanks, and the weakest of them is 2 tiers above you, is pretty tough. And also 2 of them are heavy tanks, in fact tier 9 tanks. One is a heavy tank which can be penetrated only the rear. The Waffenträger is easier to penetrate, but can one-shot him easily. There is an STI and he's in a pretty sticky situation. T-29 is capping. He has a lot of time due to the fact that this is an encounter match, but still he needs to hurry up. So he's making a way around, making the enemy team to think that he's going to be going around F4, E4, and he goes back to kill the ST1 that is probably going to be with his rear at him. And until now he did 3679 damage, which is a gigantic amount. There is the STI, first shot bounces, second one penetrates. He's left on 82 health. There is the Panther. He's getting away from here. He's not staying there in order to kill the STI. He's waiting for the enemy team to lose sight of him. The Panther makes a blind shot but misses, fortunately. And now he has to go around again, because he needs to make the unexpected to those guys, otherwise they're going to be waiting for him and kill him. Every single one of those guys except the STI has a health advantage over him, and they can one-shot most of them, except the Panther. The T-29, if he gets a high roll, can one-shot him. So, moving around, the base is being kept, and looks like, fortunately, the T-29 got out of cap. So probably either the Panther or the Waffenträger are capping. Most likely the Panther, because he was very close, and there is a Waffenträger. So the Waffenträger misses. T-29 is his back. He moves a little bit in order to be hidden here from the T-29. Waffenträger left with 30 health, and he's dead. So he just finished off the Waffenträger Panzer IV. And now he's left only against 3 tanks. So one is a tier 9 on very low health, the T-29 and the Panther. But those guys are on his tail, so he needs to be quick. Fortunately, he has the tank to be able to do this, and he really needs to get out of their line of fire. T-29 spots him again. However, he puts this cottage between him and the T-29, so he's able to get off their radar, because those tanks, the T-29, the ST-1, the Panther is quicker than the other two, but it's not as fast either as the Chaffe. And also there are 2 guys capping, so the ST-1 and the Panther are capping most likely. And he knows where they are, they don't know where he is. He spots the STI and goes to the more unexpected way. The STI was looking too much on the left, manages to avoid fire from the STI. The Panther shoots him once, only hits the tracks. 2 shots into the Panther. The Panther doesn't have the gun depression, and Panther is dead. 7th kill. So he's alone against an STI and a T-29. The STI is on very low health, but most likely what I would do if I was in the STI, I would try to rush on the Chaffe, because the STI only needs 1 shot to kill him. The Chaffe also needs 1 shot to kill him, so there is the STI trying to go for him and kill him. And as I said before, in order to penetrate that guy, he only has 3 shots left, as you can see. So he doesn't have enough shells even to kill the T-29. He can kill the STI, but he can't kill the T-29. There is the T-29, and gets shot and murdered by the STI. So this was a pretty harsh defeat. Could have been worse. I mean, what I'm stupid. What it could have been better, but he was unlucky at the end. He got set on fire. The STI was waiting for him, so it wasn't very much he could do. However, most of the players in this situation would have died a lot earlier, and wouldn't have been able to pick 5000 damage in a tier 5 light tank in a tier 9 game. So he played it awesome. He was pretty close to the win actually, but he didn't have enough shells to deal with the T-29. So, and also the T-29 was pretty close to the cap, which means that he wouldn't have been able to cap before the T-29 was able to defend. So yeah, this was fair, and let's see some post-game stats. 51,000 credits, 4,000 experience for a defeat with a premium account. It's just huge. Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, Orlik's medal for killing 3 or more SPGs. In fact, this is the SPG medal. Sorry, this is the medal of killing 3 or more enemy tanks with a light tank that is at least 2 tiers lower. This is the SPG medal, destroying 3 SPGs, high caliber, top gun. Unfortunately, he didn't get the Redley Waters medal because he didn't manage to kill that comet. Most damage is his team, most experience by far. I mean, I've never seen such a great difference of experience. The second guy did 500, he did more than 5 times that for medals received. He did more than twice the enemy STI that got a steel wall. So amazing game. 57 shots fired, 47 hit, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please think about rating it, and have an absolutely awesome day.